Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I know that a lot of people don't celebrate this new year that's coming up. It's the new calendar year, okay? A lot of people in the spiritual community put a lot more emphasis on the zodiac new year, which is truly the new beginning of a lot of prosperous energy, the reset of the zodiac wheel. But there is a lot of collective energy being put into this reset for the calendar year, and you're going to benefit from that. You're coming into a lot of prosperity at this time. It's prosperity that you have invested in. You've worked for it. You've earned it. And that's why it's going to feel so good, because it's not like hitting the lottery. It's not like getting a lottery ticket and just feeling lucky, right? It's what you've invested in that is now being returned to you many times over. Whatever you've put in, you're going to see that and a whole lot more returned to you. Okay? Selenite was coming through. You might want to, if you have some selenite, you might want to connect with it. I love it not only to cleanse my energy, but also to keep the energy of my tools high vibe. Another message was coming through for you, beautiful being, and that is that if you have been led to do a certain ritual to connect with an energy, an element, a planetary energy, a god, goddess, whoever's been reaching out to you, if you've been putting that off, make plans to connect, because it's going to be extremely beneficial to you. There is an energy that wants to work with you in order to channel not only information, but energy to you. I'm getting that it's down to earth type energy, like it's very practical. It's very real life energy, 333 on the timer. It could be an energy that their symbol is the number 3, okay? Or like their number is the number 3. So yeah, just something to think about. That'll resonate with some of you, not everybody, but with some of you. Okay, we've got the rest card here, right out the box. Okay. Let's see what else. Transform. Okay, you're transforming your world, and you have transformed a whole hell of a lot. Determination was in reverse. That's because there's someone who wanted to, I just heard they wanted to fuck you up. They wanted to see you fucked up. Not gonna happen. As I was making my tea, I got this message, okay? For some of you, 444. This is a message for some of you, okay? You showed a narcissist. You revealed to them that they're not nearly as smart as they thought they were. They're not nearly as cunning, as slick, as street smart as they thought they were. There was someone around you who was plotting against you. You were watching them plot against you. It's like they thought they were very, very smart. And they used all their brain cells to try to come against you. And it still wasn't enough. They couldn't take you down. They'll never take you down. But they were so determined to do that. And that's what's coming through, is that's why this came out in the reverse. Determination. Somebody has given up on trying to come against you. Okay? They could have Pisces energy in their chart. What I'm also getting though, regardless of what their chart looks like, they were using spiritual energy to try to come against you. And that's why their plans to attack you did not work. Is because they came against a chosen being who is spiritually aligned. They came with some chaos bullshit. I see them watching YouTube videos trying to learn how to do rituals and spells and getting ideas for these things. And they risked a whole lot. They risked way too much. They lost their gifts. And all this determination they had to take you down. They used their determination for the wrong thing. Okay? Courage. You've maintained courage. You may have Leo energy in your chart. Or this could just be the sun coming through you. Shining through you. This planetary energy is working with you at this time, the sun. Of course, we know it's a star, but in astrology, it's like, you know, planetary energy. There's some kind of way in which you're meant to reveal your gifts, like on stage or on camera, or out and about with people. Okay? You're meant to be in the public eye. This is something that you're meant for. And so it makes sense why this person was so determined, this antagonist was so determined to take you out, because they see this gift in you. It's like your natural ability to shine. It's not even something that you really have to try hard to do, but they do. Whoever this was that came against you, they have to try very hard to gain the attention, the affection, and the adoration of anyone. Attention, affection, and adoration. And that's something that they are completely without at this time. Any attention that they're getting is very negative. I'm also getting that the way that this has worked out karmically, after whatever attacks you suffered from this being, whatever blessings they had that were going to come to them, this is due to ancestral inheritance or any work that they've done in this lifetime to earn goodness. Whatever dharma they had collected, it's been rerouted to you, to come to you, because they worked so incessantly to try to take away your ancestral inheritance, your dharma, your blessings. They wanted to ruin every good thing in your life. 10:10 on the timer. I'm hearing it's a wrap. That effort is over. They wanted everything to be a wrap for you. They wanted everything to be done and over for you. But because they continued for so long with that being their main goal, any blessings that were due to come to them have now been rerouted to come to you. That's one reason for that prosperity that's coming to you. And there's not a damn thing that this person can do about it. There's nothing. There's no spell. There's no babalawo that they can contact. There's no Etsy witch that can help them out. Nothing. Nobody. There's no blood ritual that will save them. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. Okay, and they're saying it's a wrap with this deck as well. Okay, so I like that. I hadn't used this deck in a long time. That's the Wild Mystic deck. It's so visually beautiful. I love the look of it, and the energy is great, good too. All right, we're gonna go into these cards. They said first let the crow speak. Okay, come on, crow spirit, come through, come through. What y'all got for us? Nose itching. Thank you, spirit. Gifts. Ooh, your gifts are so strong. 11:44 on the timer. Also, portals are open for your protection and the protection of your gifts. Your gifts are protected. Because somebody wanted to attack your gifts. They wanted to steal your gifts. Even when you weren't really focused on sharing your gifts or using your gifts, somebody had peeped you out. They had scoped you out. They knew who you were. They knew what you had because they were always so hyper focused on you. It's weird. It's weird. Like, on one hand, I understand it because you are captivating. You have this natural charm about you where, like, you don't have to do a ritual to be charming. It's just your vibe with that Leo energy. And it doesn't matter how it appears in your chart, you know, but you have access to this sun energy, as Leo is ruled by the sun. And they saw that. They saw you shining. And you weren't even out there like putting anything on display for them. If you were putting something on display, it was just to share your gifts. You were doing the work that you've been called to do. It wasn't to gain any attention from them or anybody else. You were doing you. 1313, but that made them feel like they were dying inside. It made them feel like something was coming to an end for them, and it filled them with a sense of panic. They felt like they had to rush to create a plan to ruin something for you, to bring something for you to an end. And so what Divine is saying is that I called out 1144. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. Your gifts are protected. Whatever process it is that you've been through with this being that was so obsessed with taking you down, and that was working with other people too. Lying to them, deceiving them, which that doesn't mean they're innocent. They should have researched who the fuck you really are, instead of blindly trusting a narcissist to lead them. This was a classic case of blind leading the blind. They chose to be blind with a blind ass narcissist. And so now they're all spiritually blind. 1444 on the timer. While you are protected in your new beginnings, your gifts are protected. I'm getting with this picture frame here, your ancestors are behind you. That's something that has strengthened throughout this process, is your ancestral protection. There might be something that you're guided to create, like it's a craft. It's something that you would actually create with your hands. I'm getting that for some of you, you may be guided to create tarot. Oh, that could be a new thing, like a tarot/oracle deck. I don't know. A tarot deck. Okay. But you might be guided to make a deck. 1555, there's a change that's coming. And it's a change that's happening as a result of your self-love. It's a good change. It's a positive change. It's something that has to do with a tower that you experienced. We're in minute 16, like the tower card. It speaks to a tower experience that you've been through, but you're going to create something. As you reflect on it and the lessons that you've learned from it. So there could be something that you're going to create with your hands. Cerebral. It involves your brain as well. It's something that's going to require not only craftiness with your hands, but there's going to be information infused into it. Some kind of message that you're going to channel. It's going to be really beautiful. It's going to be visually appealing, but also thought-provoking. And it's going to lead to a lot of healing for a lot of people. Okay? Your gifts. Upheaval. Yeah. It's like Mercury. I'm looking at my Mercury poster. There's information that you're channeling or communicating as a result of the upheaval that you went through. You're entering a time of peace. It's not that you're in a time of upheaval now. You're reflecting on the upheaval that you went through. And you're continuing to heal from it. Okay, one more. Thank you, Spirit. Growth. Your gifts are expanding. You're using them more easily now. And with no shame. There's something that you were keeping secret or hidden that you're revealing now. You're revealing it to the world. You're showing it. For some of you, it could be that you're sharing your story, but I feel that for most of you, it's like, I keep getting that it's information, it's communication. I'm seeing Mercury over and over again. It's something that you're channeling as a result of the work that you've done to heal. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? They're saying take this one. Attempting to attack energetically. Yeah, there's somebody here who, they don't know when to stop. They said these are yours too, okay? These are yours. Yeah. This is a person who, they can't stop manipulating. Even when they have no one to manipulate. So then if they have no one to manipulate, who are they manipulating? They're trying to manipulate astrally. Okay? So what's coming through is to protect your sleep energy as well. This person likes to work at night. Okay? They like to work at night. This is someone who's obsessed with working with the moon. And if you have any significant Cancerian energy in your chart, that's why. This person is trying to get to you how they think they can get to you. For some of you with that Leo energy coming through, they're trying to use the sunlight to attack. Wow. So this person is trying to tap into planetary energies to manipulate you, but the cycle has ended. They're very, very weak. They no longer have the support that they used to. Whatever, I'm hearing tribe it was that they collected, built to attack you. Oh, we've got this too. This person is disgusting. They do disgusting things to manipulate. I just put that right under manipulation, didn't even realize it. This is how they try to manipulate people. And so I'm getting that this person has no access to you in the physical realm, so they try to do this astrally, which is breaking spiritual law. 2121 on the timer. All this person is doing is it's like they're collecting more and more karma. They're going to experience tower after tower after tower because of what they're doing. They're embarrassed about the things that they've done to try to get money. It's embarrassing, the things that they've done to try to get money. They've sold their soul. They've sold their body. Their health is a hot mess. You know, and there are beings who, you know, like as far as sex work, I always say I don't shame anyone for doing that, but the thing about this being is that everything they do it out of greed, out of fear, and out of a desire to attack someone. There are people who do sex work who mind their business and do what they do. I have no issue with that. Okay? Everybody gets to decide what they do with their own energy. But this person, even though it's their energy, they use their energy to try to attack other people, and that's why they keep failing in everything that they do. Because they use their energy to try to impede on someone else's growth. 2323 on the timer. Because they're jealous. Because they're mentally ill. They're mentally ill. When a person goes this far for this long and commits crime at any opportunity that they get, that's an illness. And anyone around them who continues to buckle, to be weak, and allow themselves to be manipulated by them. Anyone who's of age. I'm not talking about children, okay? It's sad, but there may be some children under this person's care or within this person's reach or vicinity. God has helped them. But any adult who continues to align themselves with this person, they're in for as much painful karma as this being is. Divine, what is this person currently doing that this beautiful being needs to be aware of? They're confused about how to try to maintain control. They're grabbing for straws out of confusion. And they can't see your power anymore. They can't like access your power anymore. They can't see how to, like, divine is blinding them. They used to have clear vision of what you were doing, what you were working on, what your plans were. But they've been blindfolded energetically. I'm also getting that this, okay, we got the devil at the bottom here and death. Yeah. This person has made way too many deals with the devil. And now, see this 5 of Cups? You know, that's regret and sorrow over what's been done. But I'm also getting that it's a huge sense of embarrassment that they feel now. With that Leo energy there and the sun, I'm getting that there could be a lot of exposure here. Perhaps you've been speaking truth about this situation, or just truth has been revealed, period. There could be legal influence here, legal involvement, and so the justice system is now involved. That could be shedding light on the situation as well. Feels like this is a Queen of Pentacles that wanted so badly to be an Empress. They could have Earth energy in their chart, or it's just somebody who's obsessed with money. But judgment is here. Judgment is here for this person. Their time is up. They're being rejected, denied, refused. If there's anybody who's allowing themselves to be manipulated by them, they're worse off than they are. So, in other words, they're extremely desperate. I'm getting that the only person who would allow themselves to be controlled by this person at this point is someone who literally has nothing. Like, I'm talking about someone that, you know, like I would feel very sympathetic for. They would have no home, no shelter, no access to food, like, and this Queen of Pentacles, this wannabe Queen of Pentacles, would use someone like that. They would use someone in that state because they're sick. What else does this beautiful being need to know about this person's energy? Yeah, they're in the 3 of Swords. All the heartache that they wanted to bring you, that's what they feel day in and day out. I'm getting that they used to spend their days and nights doing rituals against you. Now they cry. 28, they cry about their life, where they are now. They're taking me to the true crime deck. Yeah. There's an ending here for this person that they manifested through their manipulation, through their lies, through their deceit. At one time, they felt like an emperor. They had so much control over so many people. So much control over so many people. I just got that this embarrassed card is not just for them. There are people who are embarrassed for having allowed themselves to be manipulated by such a narcissistic, sadistic, evil individual. And there are people who allow themselves to be manipulated by this person, and they have experienced so much loss, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even something that I would sit back and laugh at. If I had gone through this, I wouldn't sit back and laugh at the loss that people have suffered. I mean, it's ironic. It's like the typical, oh, now you get your karma, right? But it I don't know. I just don't find it funny. But if you do, I'm not shaming you at all. But they're definitely suffering. This person is, they can't ground themselves. So this narcissist who is working against you, they've gotten lost in all their spell work. They've created so many attachments astrally to beings. And you know, on the astral realm, when a chosen one travels on the astral, we're naturally protected. But I always say protect yourself before you do astral work. But as long as you're working with your ancestors and connecting with your spirits and speaking protection over yourself, if you astral travel and you don't specifically invoke protection over yourself, you're still going to be protected. But this person, 3111 on the timer, they did so much weird shit on the astral realm around the clock to try to come against you and whoever it is in your family or your life period that you love. They were doing this so obsessively that they have encountered beings that were just floating out there on the astral. Beings that were so hungry. And it's like little vampires floating around. Because that is what exists out there. A lot of people don't see that because they vibe high when they astral travel. You know, if a chosen one is astral traveling, they're trying to get to the love, to the abundance, to the truth, to the blessings, the gratitude, right? They're not astral traveling constantly to attack someone, but that's what this person was doing because they live on an evil frequency. So because they were constantly going to the astral realm in that low frequency, they were just attracting all of these, like I'm seeing like Pac-Man, you know, and then those little goblins or whatever. Like they constantly were getting attacked. And this is one reason why this person is in this 3 of Swords now and then this 5 of Cups, and they're embarrassed, is because their energy is so rotten at this point. It's so stinky. I keep getting it, and it comes through in a couple of readings. It has come through in a couple of readings that this person has an actual stench in the physical realm. It's manifested in the physical realm. Now, this could also be because of a health issue. This person has suffered from STDs and I'm seeing some sort of ailment, some sort of dermatological ailment with the skin, but it doesn't, it looks like something much more grave than eczema. Okay. Scabies. It's something that comes from being physically unclean. But it's very painful. And it's eaten away at this person. But they have all sorts of things going on. Because having all of those attachments that they've attracted to themselves, because they went to the astral realm for the wrong reason. Not to purify their energy, not to connect with their ancestors. I'm seeing that their ancestors have turned away from them. They said our bloodline can't take any more of this disrespect and this abuse. It's like their ancestors are gathered together like a choir would be, and then they just all turn around at the same time and turn around from them. They refuse to work with this person. They've turned on them. Which is one reason why this person is here. They've attracted so much negative energy out there on the astral trying to ruin you that they physically stink at this point. It's not just the demons that they've summoned, it's the ones that they weren't even trying to attract, that they got just out there coasting. This person became obsessed with doing spell work. They felt like they were getting high. And they became obsessed with it. It gave them some sort of ego boost to have what they thought was magical power that they were able to use against you. They may have even bragged about this to you. They may have said something to you like, oh, I really hit you with that spell, or I know that one, you know, really got you. Or, you know, I had you surrounded by demons or whatever. But this person may have, I know they bragged behind your back or within their own mind, but they may have said something to you where they bragged about the evil work that they had sent you. Yeah, well, they're not bragging now, I'll tell you that. They're not bragging anymore. Because they can't even ground themselves enough, I heard, to wipe their ass. They're stuck on the astral realm with all those little vampiric entities that float around and have no, they're parasites. They need a host, and they found one. They found one that was so busy and obsessed trying to come after you that they found their host. This person either has already had an accident. First of all, what I'm getting is that the reason why this card is coming out is because at one time this person sent this energy towards you. They wanted you to have an accident. 3727. They wanted a major downgrade for you, whether it was physically, financially. That 3727, I mean, it wasn't just like by 2, that's a whole 10 there. They wanted a whole huge ending for you that affected your ability to collaborate with other people, your willingness, your ability to commune with other people, and your sense of balance. And with those 7s there, they wanted to take away your luck, your good luck, with an accident. Well, that's what they're experiencing. They either have had some sort of collision on the road, or they will. I'm not speaking this over them. This is what they've manifested. It's just showing up in the cards because this is what they put out in the universe. Yeah. Everything in this person's life is dry. Anything in their life that used to flow with abundance or water is dry. Their psychic intuition, their body, they're completely dehydrated. They used to use their body for sex work. Oh. What I'm getting is that this person now barters with their body. No one is willing to pay for their energy anymore, but they'll barter it for substances. Their world is dry. They're in a world of regret. I'm seeing them hiding under the covers. When the sun shines, they want nothing to do with that. I'm getting that this person used to go out and put themselves on display. They loved the morning time because they felt like it was time for them to be on stage. And now their body is in such disarray because of the way they've disrespected it. Because of the energy that they've sent other people. And it's now returned to them. They can't use their body anymore. They don't, you know, the only pride that they had in their body was the attention that they could garner with it. I'm getting that there was indecent exposure. This person may have exposed themselves to minors. Yeah, they regret all of that. They regret all of that. For some of you, this person, this narcissist that attacked you, they have a huge issue with substance abuse. And there are days where they won't even feed themselves. They just need to get a hit and then another hit. And as long as they do that, they feel like they made it through the day okay for that day. I'm getting that there's a meeting. There's some sort of society or organization that this person used to have ties to, but they've been ousted. That's another reason for this regret, and that's another, oh yeah, because that Four of Cups was there, wasn't it? So this person is experiencing rejection on many levels, emotionally, with any connections that they had, also people that they gathered against you, but also whatever this secret organization or cult or coven is that they were involved in, they've been ousted. What's the vibe of this, Divine? Okay, they're saying this one. Yeah, this person has a broken heart. They're experiencing nothing but rejection, pain, suffering. And it's on all levels, in all realms, all their realms, physical, emotional, financial, sexual. Everything has broken down for this person. So whatever it is that they're trying to do energetically, it's so extremely weak. And what's coming through is Divine is saying to recognize, like, if you feel a slight hit of negative energy, as soon as you recognize it, your awareness is enough to dismantle it. Just your awareness. Just your awareness. And what I always like to do is, if I sense negative energy that's being sent my way, I recognize it. Okay? I call it out. And I realize, okay, this is not coming from me. And then I identify the source. And then I breathe. I cleanse my energy. I protect my energy. I invoke protection. And then I bring my focus back to what's important to me. If there's anything that I need to understand about whoever sent it to me, then I do that. 4444, that's a means of protection as well. But I don't remain there, because there's no positivity, there's no true reward that comes from focusing on an enemy. Ask Divine. Well, this is what I do. I ask Divine to reveal to me whatever it is that I need to know about the source of that energy, why they sent it, what they're trying to accomplish, and what I need to know to continue to protect myself in the future. And then after that, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing me. I'm not focusing on an enemy, because there's nothing good that comes from that. You know, that's what a reading is for. Get your reading. Get your reading. You know what you need to know. This is divine truth that comes through to you to let you know, to update you, to encourage you, to protect yourself. 45 on the timer. But see, 45, that's 9. Those are endings. Once you get a reading, and once you tune into spirit and get what you need one-on-one with the divine, then you can just shift right back to your goals, okay? Shift right back to your goals. Let's see what's coming through this deck. We've got remembrance here. You're remembering who you are, divine being. This person tried so hard to get you to forget who you are. That's funny to me. That's funny that a person would actually make that their goal. And it's also funny because it didn't work. It didn't work. Foresight. Now you have foresight for the future. You peep shit miles away. I'm getting that you can smell demons now. You smell demonic attachments. Divine is saying you don't have to stop there. If you smell it, you can protect yourself. You can, if it's somebody who's around you and you smell it, you can heal that energy. You can help them heal if they're open to it, you know. Some people aren't, and so then you might need to cut some cords or whatnot, protect yourself. But like there's some other Claire of yours that's been awakened through all of this, for sure. For some of you, your sense of taste is being awakened. It's a Claire. I keep getting that you can smell a demon, but there's more spiritual insight that you have access to now that helps you to identify spiritual attacks. Okay. All right, let's close with an Archangel Michael card. Remember that you have his sword of light as protection. His sword of light, his sword of truth. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Divine says, have no fear. Thank you, Archangel Michael. This is card 14, just like the Temperance card. So you have manifested patience, balance, and I'm getting prosperity. Even though that's not typically associated with the Temperance card, that is something that is coming to you as a result of the patience and the balance that you've manifested. Fear is a trap of the ego. This is Archangel Michael talking. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Okay? Also, I'm seeing the moon there. Remember, it came through that this narcissistic being may have been using the moon's energy. Divine says the moon's energy is yours. You have access to it in a beautiful way. It's not for them to use to attack you any longer. Card 5, be honest. That was card 14. Card 5, be honest with yourself. All of your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth, then let Source take it from there. 15, increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. I find that mentors come to you at the right time. It's very rare that I've ever, or very rarely that I've ever had to search for someone to teach me. They appear. There was one occasion where I searched and they immediately were there. So if you do search, ask Divine to lead you to that person and to give you a sign maybe that you know, so that you know that it's right, okay? Card 43, your vibration is rising. Ashe, yes. This is time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. So you're remembering who you are, but you're also evolving into an even more divine being that knows more, that is able to do more, that is able to tune into more, and that fears less and less. Card 3, Archangel Michael is with you now. Ashe. Even though you can't see it, or maybe you can, okay, with your clairvoyance, he says, I am actively working on this situation. I am here and helping you. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Ashe. All right, beautiful being. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it brought you some clarity, some insight, some support, and good vibes. I appreciate you so much. And I love you. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.